Let's be real. Social media has drastically changed the car scene, and unfortunately, not for the better. The once tight-knit, passion-driven community has been overshadowed by dumb trends, clout, and a warped sense of what it means to truly be involved in car culture. In the past, car culture was about something much deeper: the love for machines, the satisfaction of building something with your own two hands, and the genuine camaraderie formed with like-minded enthusiasts. Today, however, we're dealing with a scene that's been tainted by influencers, irresponsible people, and the commodification of everything that was once pure and authentic. What can we do to restore it? Though it might be too late. One of the saddest casualties of social media's impact on car culture is the death of authentic car meets. Like, look at this car meet, you would think you're walking through a Walmart parking lot to get your groceries. Car meets used to be the heart and soul of the community, places where enthusiasts of all backgrounds could come together, appreciate the craft, share stories, and learn from one another. Today, however, car meets have been hijacked by idiots redlining the heck out their 350Z just for the cops to shut the meet down 5 minutes later. Thanks to these irresponsible individuals, police are now cracking down on meets before they even have a chance to start. What used to be a fun and relaxing gathering is now a potential flashpoint for conflict. And it's all because of a few people who are more interested in getting attention than actually enjoying the cars they love. The focus has shifted from genuine appreciation to straight up being stupid, and that's a real shame. Next, let's talk about something that's become all too common due to social media: takeovers. A term we associate with reckless driving and dangerous stunts, takeovers have become a staple of social media content. If you scroll through Instagram or TikTok, you'll see countless videos of people shutting down intersections to drift, or should I say attempt to drift their clapped-out infinity, showing off their skills or lack of it in a reckless display of power just to end up flatting one of the goofballs recording 10 feet away or smacking into the curb. And why? To get some attention. It's a vicious cycle of attention-seeking behavior that does nothing but harm the car community's reputation. Car meets, once a safe haven for enthusiasts to show off their builds, meet up with others who share their passion, and talk shop, have now been overtaken by these dangerous takeover events. The aftermath of such events? Cops shutting down legitimate meets, wary of the potential for street racing and destructive behavior. Why? Because some guy with a rented Challenger thinks it's cool to drive straight into a crowd of people for the sake of a viral video. And who suffers? The car enthusiasts who want to engage in genuine meetups, only to have them interrupted or shut down entirely because of the actions of a few reckless individuals. And don't even get me started on the civilians just minding their own business. You've got old Jerry driving home from his 8-hour shift, just trying to unwind and get back to his family. But instead, he finds himself trapped in the middle of one of these takeovers. Now, 30 idiots are stomping on the windshield and roof of his car, causing damage to his car and putting him in real danger. When he's just trying to get home, but instead he's caught in a chaotic, dangerous situation with no way out. Speaking of putting random people at risk, I want to talk about swimming. This trend is one of the dumbest and most reckless things happening on the streets right now. If you've seen those viral clips of drivers weaving through highway lanes at insane speeds like they're playing Need for Speed in real life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. These people aren't just pushing limits, they're gambling with their lives and everyone else's. There's nothing impressive about cutting between cars at over 120 miles per hour, barely missing bumpers by inches. This isn't skill, it's pure stupidity and luck. They're not trained racers on a closed circuit, it's just some kid with a death wish and a GoPro treating public roads like a personal racetrack for a few thousand likes and a "bro went crazy" comment. Worse, they're influencing others to try the same thing, and inexperienced drivers who don't understand the consequences are following suit. But this isn't a video game. One miscalculation, one unexpected lane change, and it's over, permanently. And the worst part? It's not just them who suffer. It's the innocent people on the road who never signed up for their little stunt session. Next point I want to go over is the obsession with horsepower numbers. The car scene has become obsessed with pushing power to ridiculous extremes. It seems like every other post on social media is someone showing off their 1,000 horsepower beast, or a guy with a V6 Infiniti clowning people that drive a V6 Mustang. The idea that you need a car with at least 800 horsepower is just wrong. Big numbers have overshadowed everything else that truly makes a car enjoyable, like handling, balance, and actual driving dynamics. Like, I don't need to merge on the highway going 130. It's easy to get caught up in the horsepower race, but here's the thing. Not every car needs to be a dyno sheet flex. There's something to be said for cars that aren't necessarily the fastest, but are the most fun to drive. Just because your car has 4-digit power numbers doesn't mean it's automatically better than another car. It's about more than just power. A car that handles well, feels connected to the road, and gives you that raw driving experience is worth just as much, if not more, than a car with insane horsepower figures. One of the most significant changes social media has brought to car culture is the rise of clout culture. Let's face it, cars have now become a status symbol, a way for people to flex and gain followers rather than simply an extension of one's passion. Platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube have shifted the focus from cars being tools for self-expression to becoming mere props to flex your car. People are no longer interested in building their dream cars for the love of it. Instead, they're more concerned with building cars that will garner the most engagement, the most likes, and the most followers. Take stance culture, for example. Once a way to showcase precise wheel fitment and suspension tuning in a clean aesthetic way, now becomes a contest of who can scrape the hardest and run the most extreme camber. People are slamming their cars to the ground, stretching tires beyond safety, and prioritizing aesthetics over drivability. It's all about trying to look good, not about actually driving the car. This obsession with clout and appearance has led to a rise in fake builds, cars that look flashy for the camera but are practically useless in terms of performance. While it's fine to have a car that's visually stunning, it gets to a point that it just doesn't make sense. We also can't forget that it's the soul and performance of the car that truly matters. Social media has turned what was once a culture of creativity into a platform for vanity. Speaking of trends, when did originality die in car culture? If you scroll through Instagram, you'll see a sea of the same builds: wide body kits, air suspension, and an overall aesthetic over everything mindset. It's as if everyone is chasing the same cookie-cutter formula for a perfect car build. Sure, your car might look amazing, parked in front of a mural or under perfect lighting, but can it actually drive? Does it still offer the same driving experience that made you fall in love with cars in the first place? Originality has been replaced by the pressure to conform to trends. The focus has shifted away from creating a car that reflects your unique personality and tastes, to creating a car that fits into the current trend of what's cool on social media. Whether it's over-the-top camber, broken heart stickers, or the V6 Chargers with a massive Hellcat sticker on the side, it seems like everyone's car is starting to look the same. The beauty of car culture was always in the individuality and the creativity of the builds. But now, it feels like everything is being churned out from the same mold. And when everything looks the same, nothing stands out. Another problem that no one really talks about is the rise of the pay-to-play mentality. Car culture used to be about sweat equity, putting in the time, effort, and money to slowly build your car and make it your own over time. Now, it seems like car culture is all about who has the most money to throw at their build. Influencers with unlimited budgets and shop sponsorships are able to build cars in record time, making it feel like only those with deep pockets can participate in the scene. This creates a disconnect between the average enthusiast and those who have access to endless resources. Not everyone can drop $50,000 on a project car in a month, and this new culture is alienating those who are working hard and slowly building their cars with their own hands. Social media has made it seem like you need an insane budget to be a part of the car culture, and that's simply not true. But the more people see these influencer builds flooding their feeds, the more discouraged they become, feeling like they'll never be able to measure up. Social media has painted car enthusiasts as reckless and irresponsible. The average person now sees car enthusiasts as street racers, takeovers, and chaos, thanks to the viral videos circulating online. It's important to remember that car culture is about more than just reckless behavior. At its core, car culture is about a love for the machines, the craftsmanship, the community, and the history. But social media has turned car culture into a spectacle of stunts, and it's giving people the wrong impression about what car enthusiasts are really like. And on the flip side, there's the insane hype around certain cars. Thanks to viral social media posts, a car that was once affordable becomes a unicorn, with prices skyrocketing overnight. It's become nearly impossible for the average person to buy a classic JDM Legend or a muscle car without selling an organ. This isn't just frustrating for enthusiasts, it's damaging to the community as a whole, as it distorts the real value of these cars and turns them into commodities rather than cherished objects of passion. So how do we fix this mess? It starts with bringing back real car culture. Social media isn't going anywhere, but we need to shift our focus back to what made the car scene great in the first place. It's about supporting genuine enthusiasts who are passionate about building cars, not just those looking to make a name for themselves online. We need to appreciate builds for what they are, not what the algorithm tells us is cool. It's about going to meets, talking to people, and engaging in the community in a meaningful way. It's about driving your car and enjoying the experience, not just doing it for attention. If you made it this far, you clearly care about car culture, so let's keep this conversation going. Let's build a community that values passion, creativity, and authenticity over clout and trends. The car scene isn't dead, but it's up to us to take it back. Let's work together to restore the magic of car culture and make it what it was always meant to be, a community built on love for cars. And if you enjoyed this video, I would appreciate it if you subscribed and liked the video. I'll see you in the next one.